Did you know you can make legit scratch-made cream cheese right at home? It's incredibly simple, and all you need is whole milk, lemon juice, and a little salt. Anyway, that's exactly what we're doing here today, and I'm going to be making two versions. The original smooth cream cheese, as well as some nice whipped cream cheese that is very popular these days. So enough talking, let's do it! So we've got our little burner here. We're gonna get that going at about, I'll say medium high. And onto that goes my big enamel Dutch oven. And of course, you don't need to use a pot this big, but I'm gonna be doing sort of a double or maybe even quadruple batch using an entire gallon of milk. So into this pot goes a gallon of whole milk. Gotta use whole milk, just whatever you can buy at the store, throw in a gallon. Or cut the recipe in half or in quarter. Now we just need to let this come up to a very gentle low boil. And I'll be stirring it pretty regularly just to ensure that none of that milk is scorching on the bottom of the pot or anything like that. So we'll fast forward just a few minutes to when this is just starting to bubble. Okay, and just as this milk reaches a very low boil, we're gonna reduce the heat to medium because we definitely don't wanna let it keep boiling at full blast because it's going to foam up and spill over the pot and create an enormous mess. And it's of no consequence how I happen to know this. So we've got our heat at about medium, and now we need to start incorporating some acid in the form of lemon juice. And for a batch this size, I've got 3/4 of a cup of lemon juice, or 12 tablespoons. And I'm going to start gradually drizzling it in just a little bit at a time while stirring constantly. And what this acid is gonna do is cause the milk to essentially break into liquids and solids, or curds and whey. And again, I'll just do a little at a time, stir everything for maybe a minute. As I go, I'm gonna start noticing it separating a little bit. I'll add a little bit more. Always stirring, never stop stirring. I'm finally starting to see some curds build up on my wooden spoon here, so we know it's starting to work. The whole mixture's starting to look a lot less like milk and a lot more like something that's honestly pretty unappetizing looking. Well, we just keep going. So we've added all that lemon juice in. Okay, all the lemon juice is in, and this is obviously completely separated now. So I'll just keep stirring and let it cook here on medium heat for just another couple minutes, just to be extra sure that everything's completely separated in there. It's definitely looking like it has though. Now we have to separate all of those curds from that liquid whey, and we're gonna be using a big mesh metal strainer for that and some cheesecloth. You really need some good fine cheesecloth for this. And I'll just prop the whole thing up on a small stock pot here. Make sure I can collect all of that whey so it doesn't go everywhere. And this is a great big heavy pot of liquid and what will become cream cheese, so I can't really lift this whole thing up and safely pour it into this cheesecloth. So I'll just get a ladle out and start scooping. What we're going for is to completely separate these curds from that whey. And side note, you don't have to throw away all of this liquid whey. I don't personally have a lot of use for it, but I know a lot of people are into energy supplements and protein drinks and that sort of thing. And you could absolutely use this stuff in some kind of protein drink concoction. Probably nothing that I want anything to do with, but I know that's a popular thing to do. Now I'm just gonna let all of these curds sit here for just a little while, right here in this cheesecloth, continue dripping and draining as much as it possibly can before we move on to the next step. And after letting that drain for just a little while, we can go ahead and sort of fold in all this cheesecloth here, lift all of that out of there, and give that whole thing a bit of a squeeze just to try to get as much of that whey out of there as we can. We don't have to go too crazy, just a majority of what'll squeeze out of that thing. And next, we'll get all of those crumbly cheese curds transferred over into the food processor. And now we just need to process it on low speed for just a minute or two until all of those curds blend together, get nice and creamy, and turn into more of a cohesive thing that looks like cream cheese. And also, it's during this processing step that you would add any flavorings you want. For regular cream cheese, just a little bit of kosher salt. I somehow didn't have the camera recording when I sprinkled in 2 teaspoons of kosher salt for a batch this size, but you could also add other things such as some chives or a couple spoonfuls of strawberry jam if that's your kind of thing. For this batch, for the sake of this video, we're just going original regular cream cheese. So again, all that I did add to it was that little bit of kosher salt. And if it continues to look a bit crumbly even after processing, you can drizzle in just a little bit of that whey that we previously strained out. Just a tiny bit, just do like a tablespoon at a time if you have to. Usually I don't, until it all comes together and basically looks like perfectly smooth cream cheese. And there we have it. There's our essentially finished cream cheese. But right now it's still quite warm, and I'll definitely prefer this cream cheese better once it's been in the fridge for a while. So I'm gonna actually divide this in half and stick one half in the fridge just as it is, but the other half we're gonna take it one step further and turn it into whipped cream cheese. And we're going to do that by transferring some of that cream cheese into the bowl of my KitchenAid mixer. And using the whisk attachment, we're just gonna let this blend for a few minutes until that cream cheese gets super aerated and fluffy. And again, if at any point it looks like it's starting to get crumbly in any way, I can drizzle in just a tiny bit of that liquid whey, kind of bring it all back together, looking nice and creamy and delicious. And we definitely wanna do this step while that cream cheese is still quite warm and pliable. I tried to do this with rock hard refrigerator cream cheese. I don't think the old mixer here would like that very much. And after just about 3 or 5 minutes of blending on kind of medium-high speed, we've got some lovely whipped cream cheese ready to transfer into an airtight container and put in the fridge for a while. All right, cream cheese has been chilling a while. I think it's time we got ourselves a bagel. Beautiful, silky, smooth cream cheese on a nice Asiago bagel. What's not to like about that? Delicious, satisfying, perfect homemade cream cheese. And even though there's only 3 ingredients, I'll still put the full recipe written out in the video description below if you want to try and make this yourself. In the meantime, be sure to like and subscribe and stay up to date with all our latest stuff, including future cooking and food science videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm John, and this is Great Lakes Country.